This is what we're getting here in central Ohio today. It's really cold, the snow's starting to come down, and you can see we had some other snow. But this makes me think about some really warm and cozy, quick little recipes I can do when I come inside.
Now everybody has their favorite grandmother or mother's recipe. What I'm going to show you today is just a simple, hey, I've only got 5 minutes to make dinner. Now, one thing about beans, I have never had luck with the bagged beans. Please comment below if there's an easy way, because the bagged beans, like those, 14 different types of beans, they look amazing and they're dried. And I've tried soaking them overnight. I've even soaked them for 2 days, and I still have a chewy consistency. So just let me know down below if you know the solution for that. If not, I normally use canned beans, and today we are using Randall's. We love soup beans. Now, anybody can open a can of these beans. I'm just giving you some tips on how to make them taste a little better, to take them to another level and yet still have a simple dinner. I'm using a crock pot because I'm going to make some other things while we're waiting. I'm just going to put them on 2 hours. You could, 2 hours on high because we'd like to eat dinner in a couple hours. But you could slow cook these, put them on low for like 4 to 6 hours, and it'd be okay. Now, one thing that I would recommend is that you use, if you have it on hand, some kind of a piece of ham that has bone, or a ham hock. I don't have any, so I'm just using some sliced up Bavarian Black Forest ham. And I found something that's lean, and I've just kind of chopped it into little dices. And I'm going to start off with about 2 cups of chopped up onions and 6 ounces of chopped lean ham. And then I had 1 organic soup bean, and this is 48 ounces. I'm going to use 2 of these because we like to eat a lot of it, and we like to freeze bowls of it for later. Now, one thing, if you're worried about sodium, because it does have 330 grams of sodium for half a cup, I hold my hand over this and rinse it. And so this is water. If you're not concerned about sodium, I'm sure the flavor is better if you don't do that. And something else that I do, I've got 2 cans of extra cannellini beans. Rinsed and drained. And then I'm also going to add about a tablespoon of cumin. Now, if you're putting in a ham hock or a ham with a piece of bone on it, put that at the bottom so that all the flavor gets circulated throughout, and that's it. 2 hours from now, we're going to have a delicious meal. Okay, so while we're waiting for our beans to finish, we're going to make some cornbread. Now, you could make this in an 8-inch or a 9-inch pie pan, just a round pie pan, and then cut it into wedges. I am going to use one of these. The good thing is you don't have to spray this, and they're going to be like little rectangle, almost like little cakes. And it doesn't get any easier than this. This I've been using for years. My mom used to use this. It's a corn muffin mix. Now, some people will actually put pieces of corn in it. Certainly you could do that if you're having some kind of like a Spanish dinner. Have some cornbread with real corn in it. You could even put black beans in it. So go ahead and use your whole Jiffy mix. Okay. 1/3 of a cup of egg whites. You could use, I think it calls for 2 eggs. I'm using 1/3 of a cup. And then it calls for milk, 1/3 of a cup of milk. So I'm going to use almond milk, unsweetened. And I have my oven preheated. My oven is preheated to 450 degrees. And then all you have to do is just get this incorporated, stirred up. Okay, and then it's just a matter of trying to put them in, try to put this in evenly. See how many, and it will rise a little, but not much. Okay, I was actually able to get 9 of them. So that's going to be nice. This in preheated 400-degree oven. Anywhere it says 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to check it in about 12. I'll see you back. So we have the cornbread in the oven. We have the beans cooking away. I want something hearty to warm me up. Something that's going to fill the air with magical spices and warmth. So what comes to mind is Mexican hot chocolate. I love Mexican hot chocolate. When you think of Mexican hot chocolate, think of 5 C's. Cream, some kind of chocolate or cocoa, cayenne, cinnamon, and chili. If you've got that combination, it makes a wonderful marriage, like a unique hot chocolate. So the first thing I'm going to do, this is out of a Indian playbook. In India they'll warm the spices up. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I have the stove on low to medium heat, and I'm making this for me and my husband. So this is going to serve 2 people. So cinnamon. Be very cautious with your hot peppers. So this is chili pepper, and I'm using not even a full 1/8 of a teaspoon. You just want the heat and spice in the background. Same thing with the cayenne. I'm not even filling up 1/8 of a teaspoon all the way. And already when you warm up these spices, it enhances them, I believe. So you don't want to burn them. Make sure that you're on low to medium heat. You want to just warm them up a little. Unsweetened almond milk. 2 cups unsweetened almond milk. Okay, and then you want to just turn it up to medium heat. You want to bring this to a boil. And if you're not watching your calories or fat, it's probably better to use whole milk. Now for the cocoa powder. Again, this is unsweetened Dutch cocoa powder. I'm sorry, that was a 1/2 tablespoon of the cocoa. And I'm going to put a 1/2 tablespoon of regular white sugar. You could use maple syrup with this, and you could use honey, and it would still taste really good. And you'll have to just play around with the level of sweetness and the level of spice. The Mexican hot chocolate, I brought it to a boil, and now it's kind of cooled off a little. Still warm, but let's go ahead and pour this. Find your cutest little fancy cups. The aroma from all the spices are incredible. It's very creamy and spicy and chocolatey. And I'm going to top it off with a little cinnamon stick in each one and a little bit of whipped cream. I'm going to give this a try. You can taste the warm spices in it. It's hot chocolate on another level. Try this Mexican hot chocolate. So it doesn't matter if it's snowy outside because it's warm in the house. So the 3 dishes that I showed you how to prepare, And by the way, the hot chocolate, I've been sipping on that while I've been making and waiting for everything to be completed. The hot chocolate kind of adds like a little warmth in your throat though, so just play around with the spices. And this is how the little corn muffins turned out. They're adorable. The corn muffins turned out nicely. And I did want to say, if you use one of these flexible, you might want to brace it on something a little strong so it doesn't spill. Yeah. These just pop right out. Make cute little loaves. They're like little baby loaves. The soup is done. It's got little bits of ham, little bits of onion. And then you just serve it with the cornbread. What a nice warming meal. So it doesn't matter what the weather's like outside. Just do some experiments and keep it warm on the inside. So I hope you have a great week. Thank you for watching this snowy edition of our soup, beans, and cornbread and hot Mexican hot chocolate. Just keep on cooking and I'll see you later. Bye.